Hi guys, it's Sarah at Crochet with Coffee. Today I have this blanket. So if you saw a few episodes ago, I found this blanket at the thrift store and I was telling you that I was going to make a tutorial on how to make this blanket. So you could see it is made up of all double crochets until for some reason they decided to change the solid rows into triple crochets. So don't know why, but they chose to do that. So it is all doubles, all doubles. And if you want to switch it up and make it triples as well, you can do that. But that is totally up to you. I think it looks good both ways, where this is with the triples, it's more airy right there, and this part is with the doubles, where it's a little bit tighter where the solid rows are. So it's preference. I'll show you how to do the double, but if you want to add the triples in there instead, you can also do that. So it's lots of fun. I'm excited to show this to you. This one, I'm going to have all the dimensions in the description for you, so you can make this size if you want. It's pretty large. It's a nice size blanket. It's nice and light, but let's get started. All right, we are going to make this beautiful blanket that I thrifted. And I do want to show you the difference. I know when I introduced it earlier, I was sharing how it was doubles and triples. So this is the example I wanted to give you. So right here, you can see they have the three doubles in the one space and then doubles. So it's an alternating row of all double crochets and then three double crochets in one stitch, skipping to three double crochets in one stitch, where it is just alternating the three in one and then all doubles, three in one, all doubles, three in one, all doubles. And then that goes for about 2/3 of the blanket. And then the last third, these are triples. So it's the same thing where they did three doubles there. You can see the height difference here. There's three doubles and then all triples. This is the comparison of the two so that you can see the height difference. Like on this white one there, if I get it in the frame, you can see the stitch difference there, the height. And then like the height of this gray compared to the height over here. So yeah, I don't know why they changed part of the way through, but it is about 2/3 of the double and then 2/3 with the triple. So I'm going to show you um, the double, but if you wanted to end up doing the triple instead, if you like that look better, you can do that too. It's the same thing. It's just swapping out a swapping out these doubles for triples. So that's the only thing that would change, and I'll let you know when I get to that point what you're going to do. All right, so we're going to start with how many chains do you start with? And you need a multiple of 3 for this blanket. So what that means is multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way up as far as you want to go. So you could do uh, 60, which would be 3 times 20. This blanket was 141. And I can get the dimensions and everything for you in the description so that you know the size of this blanket. And we're going to go with 141 stitches. So we're going to do multiples of 3. And then we have plus 1. So what that's going to be is we have our 141 stitches and chains. That is our multiple of 3. Plus 1 is our 1, and that equals 142. So we need 142 chains to start with, and that is not counting our turning chains. So we're going to do 142 chains for this blanket, and then at the end of that, I'm going to show you how to do our turning chains. So let's go ahead and do that. And I can tell that these stitches are a little bit looser than what the recommended size is on the skein. We've got our skein of yarn. This one recommends a 5 millimeter. I have others that the one I'm using today, I don't have the label for, but it is a 5.5 millimeter that it recommends for this. This is a red heart color, I believe, that I no longer have the wrapper for. But I'm going to use a larger hook because I want the stitches to be nice and airy like this. So I'm going to try a 6.5. So that's a whole size larger than what the skein calls for. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do just a swatch so that you can see what we're doing, but you just want to do that, whatever your number is, a multiple of 3 plus 1 at the end. So you're going to do your whole number, the length that you want, and at the very end, you're going to add that plus 1, which would give you that whole total. So I have 30 chains here, and 30 is a multiple of 3, but I'm going to add that extra chain on the end there. Is chain 1. So that's the stitch. That's the first stitch we're going to work into. But what I want to do first is chain 3 for my turning chain. In this blanket, they did not count the turning chains as a stitch, so we're not going to count that either. So double crochet into that first stitch there. And double crochet in each chain all the way across. And at the end, you should have your multiple of 3 plus that extra 1 stitch. So mine, I should have 31 stitches, not counting that turning chain. And I'll be back with you at the end of this row. All right, and I have my 31 stitches here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 3 to turn. And I am going to, in this first stitch, I'm going to double crochet 3. And again, that chain 3 does not count as a stitch. It's just there to bring up the height. Now you're going to skip 2 stitches, and in this next stitch, it is going to be another 3 double crochets. Mm. All right, we had our 3 double crochets, skip 2 more stitches, double crochet in the next. That's 3 double crochets to that stitch right there. And do this all the way across the row, skipping 2, double crochet into that third. And it's 3 double crochets into that stitch. So this row is just 3 double crochets into each stitch that you work into, and you're skipping 2 stitches in between each 3 double crochet into one space. Do this all the way across. I will meet you at the end. And I'm at the end of this row. I want to show you what that extra add 1 at the end, what that does. So this would be our repeat, or our multiple of 3 would be 1, 2, and 3 right there. But we need that extra one to finish off our row. So that's what that extra stitch is there for. And remember, this one is not counting as a stitch at all. It's just our turning chain. So that would be our 1, 2, 3, and 1 extra. So we're going to do 3 double crochets in that last stitch. And we're going to chain 3 for our turning chain. Turn our work. And we are going to work a double crochet in each stitch across. Remembering that this one does not count as a stitch, so we're going to work right into that first stitch. So double crochet. This is also the row that you could do your triple crochet in. Your turning chain would just be a 4 chain turn instead of a 3 chain. So if you would like to do the triple, you can do that instead of the double. But on these rows that you do one in each stitch and you're not skipping any stitches, this is the one that the blanket has the triples in it. If you like that look better. I'm going to go all the way across and I'll meet you at the end. All right, and I am at the end of my row. So I'm going to do my turning chain. Three chains, turn my work, and then we are going into that first stitch right there for our 3 double crochets. And skipping 2 and working 3 double crochets into the next stitch. And it is just alternating these rows every other. So it is a row of your doubles or triples, depending on what you want to do. And then you've got your 3 double crochets in 1 stitch. And then you've got your doubles or triples, depending on what you want to do. And then you do your 3 double crochets in 1 stitch with the 2 spaces between. If you wanted to even alternate, do a row of double crochets, then do your 3 double crochets in the same space, and then do a row of triple, and then your 3 double crochets in the same space, and then another double, and you just alternate these. That would be really pretty too. It's totally whatever you want to make it. Make it as large as you'd want. Just follow that multiple of 3 plus 1 and you'll be good to go. That is how you do that stitch. I will also show you when I get to the end of this row, I'll show you how to add a border on this as well, because this blanket does have a border on it. So I will be right back. And for the border of this blanket, what they do here is they did their last row was the 3 double crochets, skip 2, 3 double crochets, skip 2. And then in the corner, instead of just doing 3, or in the last stitch, instead of doing 3, they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They did 6 for that corner. So that made that a nice little turn there. And then did their they did 3 double crochets in the edge of each double crochet or triple crochet, whatever row you choose to do, that is 1 stitch in every stitch below. So on the tops of your double row, that is where you do your 3 double crochets. And the top of your double row, 3 double crochets. So you're skipping every row that has the 3 doubles in 1 space. So you're skipping over that and going right into the top of each row that has the solid stitches there. And then you would just do that all the way around the bottom and do the top just like you would do the bottom just like you would for the top, because your bottom row is also a double crochet. So you would just be working into the bottom part of your beginning chain on the bottom. So it would look like that, where you just work into the bottom, or similar to that. I'm not showing you on this blanket because they did stuff a little weird on it. So I wanted to show you how it would turn out the best for you. So when you come around the corner, you would work your three doubles here, your three doubles here, and then you could work your another three doubles here, and then you would skip two, there. So it would have you do, sorry, the yarn is dark again, three doubles, and then you do three doubles in the corner, and then you would go skip two, three doubles, skip two, three doubles, skip two, three doubles. You do that all the way across the bottom. I hope that that makes sense. Again, the bottom of this blanket was strange, so I didn't want to show you that and confuse you, but that's how you make this blanket. And I will show you, or I will put all the dimensions for this and how many rows were in this blanket in the description. So if you would like to duplicate this, you can. I do not know the yarn that they used. It's very pretty, but it's a color changing. It stripes its own, stripes on its own. So I hope you have fun with this blanket. I would love to see your finished product if you'd like to share that on Facebook. And I'm looking forward to doing more projects with you in the future. Have a great day.